Every evening at 7 toward sharp, the ice cream van rolled into the cul-de-sac. Its cheerful jingle bounced off the rows of identical houses, a nostalgic song older than anyone remembered. But tonight, it was 9:47 p.m. when the van came. 10-year-old Lucas peeked out his bedroom window, surprised. The street was dark. His parents were asleep, but there it was, the van, parked directly under the flickering street lamp, its melody warped and slowing like a broken music box. Compelled, Lucas crept outside in his pajamas. He didn't even bring money. He just felt pulled. The man inside the van was shadowed, face hidden beneath an old-fashioned paper hat. The interior was far too dark. "Avenin kid," the man said, with a grin that never reached his eyes. "One scoop, just for you." He handed Lucas a cone, topped with a swirl of deep blue, almost black, ice cream that shimmered faintly, like it was alive. Lucas hesitated. "What flavor is it?" "Memory." Lucas took a bite. The cold pierced deeper than his mouth, into his head, his chest. He dropped the cone, eyes wide. Around him, the neighborhood began to change. The houses aged, their paint peeling, cars rusted before his eyes. Then he looked down at his hands, wrinkled, bony. His pajamas had stretched and sagged, hanging on a frame that had grown old in seconds. He tried to scream, but no sound came. The man in the van smiled wider. "One scoop is enough," he said, and the van slowly drove away, with the jingle playing backward as it disappeared into the dark. The next morning, Lucas's parents found his pajamas lying on the street, empty. Carly, a college student new to the city, first noticed the ice cream van outside her apartment. It was old, paint chipped, the words, "Mr. Bersundi's Special," barely legible. But something about it unsettled her. It was there again outside her night class, and at the gas station, and the park, never moving, never serving, always parked, engine off, music faint. Then came the notes, slipped under her door, written in melted chocolate-colored ink. "Try the butterscotch. We're waiting. You've already chosen." She thought it was a prank, until one day she snapped and marched right up to the van. The back door was ajar. Against her better judgment, Carly climbed inside. It was much bigger than it should have been. The walls were lined with freezers, fogged from the cold, and in the center, a single chair, bolted to the floor. On it sat a mirror, but it wasn't a reflection. It was her, yes, but smiling in a way she never had. In the mirror's world, she was behind the counter, wearing a white apron, scooping something red into a cone. Screams echoed faintly behind her. She turned to leave, but the door had vanished. Behind her, the mirror figure raised a scoop and pressed it to the glass. Slowly, it began to push through. Carly backed into a freezer, and the last thing she saw before the fog swallowed her was her own mirrored face, stepping into the real world. The van left that night, music playing normally again, and Mr. Sundays had a new driver. Harold was 76 and didn't like children, noise, or summer. So when an ice cream van started parking outside his house every afternoon at 3:33 p.m., he wasn't pleased. The music was eerie, off-tune, almost mocking. Worse, his landline rang the moment the van pulled up. Same time, every day, no voice on the other end. Just static, then whispers. Do you remember? Come outside. The cold is waiting. Harold called the phone company. They found nothing unusual. He filed a noise complaint. The van never showed up when city inspectors came. One day, angry beyond reason, he picked up the phone and screamed, "What do you want?" The static stopped. A voice replied, "Your debt." Known silence. The van's music changed. Slowed. The temperature in Harold's house dropped by 30 degrees. In minutes, ice formed on the window panes. Photos on the wall cracked. The phone rang again. Trembling, Harold picked it up. "You made a deal, Harold. Summer of '65. One wish. One cone. Eternal happiness." His hand shook. He remembered the taste. Too sweet, too cold, too perfect. "I didn't think it was real," he whispered. "They never do." That night, neighbors found Harold's home frozen solid from the inside. In the center of his living room, an old-fashioned ice cream cone, untouched, still cold. The van didn't return the next day, but the house phone kept ringing.